Okay. Domino's Pizza I'm on. You can see literally the two contracts that I purchased. Just purchased a couple Domino's calls, keeping it real light and easy. Looking forward to taking advantage of tomorrow's gap. Oh my goodness. Domino's Pizza printed 373.75. I'll take it. I'll take it. Anyway, we'll see where it actually opens tomorrow. So this is what I'm doing. So for example, today I was doing what did I do? Did I do the Apple let me just show you, for example, the Apple VWAP. And again, you have to understand that as I do these open houses, it makes trading very difficult for me. It's a lot easier for me to catch a bunch of these names. I lose money on the open houses. I hope it makes me money in the long run, with all the charitable causes I give to, plus my own trading. It does cost me money to do these open houses, you know. Um, Again, I wouldn't have it any other way. I love you guys to death, as you guys know. But let's say, for example, I'm watching Apple for a VWAP reversal play. Long. Did we catch this one today? I don't even remember what I traded today. All right. I don't remember exactly where I was trading. All I know is I made some money today. Okay. So I did. Okay, Leia. Spasiba Zafsia. All right. I really appreciate it. So we got this Apple here. Bring up Poyas Namagadan. My goodness. That's my favorite Russian song. Brings it up. Spoils everybody in the room. Ужас. Ужас. I love that song. Okay. Anyway, so Apple's coming down here to the VWAP, right? So, for example, right over here, I might say, all right, guys, I see the VWAP here at 299.08. I'm watching Apple $300 calls, and I'll just, you know, I tiered down today, right? So let's say I'm watching Apple $300 calls, right? And but you see right over here, um, what I will do is I will usually either put in a limit order or market order, especially if it's Apple, and I'll just wait. Then what happens is I'm sitting here on the $300 calls. I have the expiration, the strike, the call, the quantity I want to take, the market order, and I'm ready to rock and roll. Then what happens is as Apple flushes through the VWAP right here, if I'm either getting filled on a limit order, I'll get filled on a limit, or if I'm doing market, I'll get filled on market. Apple is sort of okay for me on the market side. I get price improvement on Schwab, and I'll just literally click buy to open as you flush underneath this VWAP. Now you might say exactly where. Doesn't matter. Breaks 299.10. I'll look at the cues after it breaks 290. I'll tell you actually there is a method to the madness. I'll break 299.10 right here. No, and I'll look at the triple Qs in real time, the level two of the triple Qs on another screen. And what happens is as I'm looking at the Qs on the other screen, my finger is like depressed. My button is depressed. I'm not depressed. My finger is depressed on the buy to open button. I'm depressing my finger on the button. I'm pressing depress. The button is depressed, but my finger is pressing. All right. Anyway. Melnick didn't do so well on his English SATs, but Russian SATs, Maladiets. All right. So right over here, I have my finger on the buy button. Right over here on the $300 calls, I'm looking at the triple Qs. As soon as the Qs tick up, I already know that Apple broke the VWAP here. I already see it underneath 299.10. Generally, I want it to break 299 because, again, you're near a whole number. You break 299.10, I want to flush through 299. So you flush through 299. I'll wait for the Qs to click up and click, I'm in. And it just bounces. Look at that. That's usually how I do it. So if you're trying to follow me in a trade, generally I'm talking about it. Like, all right, guys, I have, Bob on my screen now. And, Bob on the VWAP reversal here. I'm waiting for it to, the level's 204.79. So maybe if it flushes through there, it could flush through there, and then I could just be ready on the BABA calls I want to take, which are usually the first out of the money, earliest expiration. So the earliest expiration for BABA is this week, February 28th. The first out of the money calls, if it breaks 204.79, will be $205. You look for the first option strike out of the money, and that's what I'm going after 99% of the time. Like I really just trade options like as if it were a common stock. And if I need to buy 1,000 shares, I'll just click in 1,000 shares. It doesn't matter. It's not that serious. I feel more comfortable with the options. I think a lot of my trades are easier with stock. I think a lot of them are easier with options. I think it depends on the name and the day. But I know options, you don't need a lot of money to do it. So I sort of like that aspect. You get better percent returns. At least I do. And you just click buy to open. So the whole point is you're prepping pretty much right over here for Baba to break this orange line. Right over here, you're prepping to break the orange line. You're just sitting there, bored to tears, with your finger on the buy to open button, like this, saying, all right, when is this thing gonna hit? And then it finally hits, breaks here, and you just go, click, I'm in. Does that seem simple to you? All right, Camille. Now you see, you girls are picking on me. First, Leia brings up my favorite Russian song, and I have to start dropping the "Na холодном прироне стою." I have to start dropping words like that. Now Camille is saying, Mark is from Brooklyn. Help me out here, Mike. They're picking on me, Mike. Mike is ripped. Mike has muscles. Defend me, Mike. These women over here. Love these girls more than anything. I would do anything for any of these ladies, and they know it. Love you, women. Um, Hi, Apple lover, Lavia, idea, love Apple Lavia. You know when it was added? You know when it was added? The R. Ever since you come from Brooklyn, New York. It's funny. Sometimes we take R's from words that are supposed to have them, and then we add R's to words that are not supposed to have them. Like, forget about it. It's forget about it. No, forget about it. No, forget about it. Idea. No, idea. Idea? You're a deer? Idea. It's a Brooklyn thing. They still the R's in Boston. Exactly. Oh, yeah? Where in Queens or Staten Island, Leia? Oh, in Staten Island? Well, that's the one I went to. Do you live on the hill? Oh, you live in Queens. All right. That's where they have the track. That's where I was supposed to run track. So I had to go from Staten Island to Queens to run on the track there because they don't have the track in Staten Island. Gotcha. Look, нет проблем. Слушай меня, пожалуйста. Some of you guys have to have some questions for me. Okay? I'm done with the Russian dropping. All right, let's take a look at Texas Instruments. But I did want to show you guys how I went about opening up a trade just real quick. Do you guys understand how I do the trades? Does it seem easy how I set up for it? Yeah, I remember, Mike. Is it easy? All right. Texas Instruments. Big down move today. Just look for yes, today's high tomorrow. That's what I would do in Texas Instruments. Where can you find the VWAP setup? There's a video. Here you go. I got you. Free. Free is good. Lee, that makes you weird. You know that. That's probably why they threw you out of Brooklyn. It's probably, let me guess, Lee, you're not in Brooklyn anymore, right? She was like, yeah, they threw me out. It's like, guys, let go of me. I have no idea what you want. Get out of here. Get out of here without the R. Yeah, see, I told you. I warned you about that. Um, would I suggest market orders for the know your limit strategies, Danny? Yes and no. No on a Domino's pizza, no on a trade desk, on a Shopify, on an Amazon, but like on a very tight name, it's fine. If the options are very tight together, it's fine. If they're loose, nah. I am from Pennsylvania Avenue, Starrett City. That's right. Right before you go from Brooklyn to Queens. Wooter. Did VHC get above an A plus trigger today, above $5? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Absolutely, it did. Look at the 1 minute. It went through on the 1 minute, but yeah, you do have the biggest elevated volume bar there. Beyond support $97.92. Resistance 115.56. Hi, Deborah. Is there a private session with Mark? You can't hear anything. Could somebody help Deborah? Thank you. Thank you so much, guys and gals. Thank you. Hi, Sherry. Let's take a look at CGC. You have algorithmic support at $20.15. Hopefully, again, the market shoots up. I wouldn't mind our Domino's Pizza calls working. Even you don't have to like Domino's Pizza to like the Domino's Pizza calls. You don't have to call Domino's Pizzas ever to enjoy Domino Pizza calls, right? Mike, what do I think of Regeneron? It was a very big move today. It's obviously a coronavirus play. Beautiful, strong, bullish engulfing bar. See if you could hold above today's high tomorrow. Susan, CRM thoughts? Again, another name beaten up with the market. Just have to hold above 187.15 tomorrow. That's going to be my same answer for a lot of names. Earnings review on BWXT. They didn't move much, did they? I'll analyze the report. 71 cents a share ahead of the 64 cents expected. 501 million ahead of the 494 million expected. They see fiscal year 2020 revenue 280 versus the 276 expected. Awesome. Great. Beat. Bullish. Now, what else? Ever. Yeah, Ever and GH were the ones that were down. All right, here are Ever's earnings. Loss of 4 cents a share. That beats the loss of 6 cents expected. 73.8 million. That's ahead of the 68 million expected. They said that for next quarter's revenue, they're going to make 77 to 79 million. That's ahead of the 75.4 million expected. They see for the full year of 2020, 315 to 325 million dollars in revenue. That's ahead of the 310.5 million dollars in revenue. The CEO says, "We are pleased to report strong fourth quarter results across all of our key financial metrics, delivering year-over-year revenue growth of 86% in the fourth quarter and 52% for the full year," said Seth Birnbaum, CEO and co-founder of EverQuote. We delivered growth across all of our verticals, and we continue to scale the business with fourth quarter variable marketing margin up 113% year over year. Phenomenal earnings. Garden Health, another name I called long, down about $5 so far. Loss of 27 cents a share. That beats the analyst's loss consensus of 32 cents a share. They made 62.9 million. That crushed the 54.8 million expected. For 2020, they expect 275 to 285 million. That's out of the 273 million expected. They also beat across all their key metrics. They said their CFO is retiring. Again, I can't say if that's I'm not familiar with the management. They said the CFO is retiring during the second quarter. So 2 quarters from now, the CFO is retiring. Well, earnings looked awesome. And what else are you watching? HLIO. What did this one do? Nothing. That was on my list for a short. Did they report? Let's see the report. They announced 54 cents a share. Beats the 36 cents consensus, 125.9 million. Beats the 122.8 million consensus. Forward projections for 2020, $2 to 230 versus the 214 expected. 520 to 555 million versus the 531 expected. So they're basically saying we could miss or we could beat or we could be in the middle. Average earnings. Not good, not bad. Confusing. mRNA said they're doing clinicals for humans. That's funny. Moderna. Um, so they're doing they're shipping a first batch of vaccines for the coronavirus. Obviously, that's being interpreted positively here. Thank you, Carl. Tesla, look for it to break 863.50 tomorrow, Ken. Feeling kind of rushed by the same thing I say for all the earnings plays. You have to look at the entire thing. As I said, I am going to have winning days and losing days. Um, as always, here are all my results. You could see that I do have losing days. It's the process overall. That's all I could tell you. You know, it's hard for me to say, when should you start? It's kind of funny, but maybe you should actually start after I have a few losses. That way I'll have more wins likely. Is that how it works? You went to, hold on. You went to Starrett City Boxing, Sky? You went to Starrett City Boxing? That was in the G section over there, right? You went in the G section? I was in the F section. I was in F3 and they had the boxing ring inside the tennis court they took out. You used to box inside there? Or did you go inside the garage, like underneath the parking garage in the basement there? Which one? The garage there. It was in but do you remember when they brought the ring out, like by the outside in the tennis court? And they set up the huge ring? Do you remember that? Oh, really? That's awesome. You used to box there. I went there. I was gonna box, but that's awesome, Sky. Where did you live? Did you live in Starrett City? You lived in Sheepshead. All right. So you had to drive over. Okay, I gotcha. You went to James Madison. Cool. The video is still being recorded, Amber. I'm not done yet. That's awesome, Sky. I was thinking I went I think for a couple days to Starrett City Boxing. Boy, did that gym stink in the garage basement. Remember that? It's old school. Starrett City Pizza. Now that was serious business. Leia, um, maybe we should have a T3 get together at One State Street. If you guys want to come out and meet me, maybe we'll do some form of event or lunch and we could all meet together. Yeah, I would love that. Let's figure that out. Let's figure that out. Camille. Space, I don't know what they're going to report. It's really hard to say here, Roger. I mean, is it going to break the all-time high? The calls are so pricey. It's so hard to know what they're going to do. I mean, I wouldn't expect them to make a lot of money. Not all the stock plays for the day, Phil. Most of them are called out in the room. I know, Rob, you sort of have to call it cheese and saucy bread, right? You can't call it pizza. Got crushed with ever. Again, equal dollar amount on the process is my best words of wisdom. Yeah, it's true. The market might go higher. I had no opinions really on Smile Direct Club for earnings, so we'll have to see what they do. Have a great one, Mike. I usually have a streak, yeah. And good question, Beverly. Tomorrow? Okay. Well, here's the thing, Robert. In an environment like this, I don't really mind if you take a bigger loss than 28 or 40 cents. I don't mind if you lose a dollar or 75 cents. But what I'm saying is you should put yourself in a position where you're calm enough where I'll give you a perfect example. You're used to taking $10,000 worth of options per trade. I said today that I'm tearing down to 10%. So let's say you're willing to take $1,000 in options. So you see these $2 calls in Apple and you buy five of them. What are they really going against you? $1.65, $1.70. They're going what? 150, $175 against you. Then maybe they pop 20, 30 cents and you make 100 to 150 bucks. I mean, in the case today of Apple, if you just held, you'd be up money every time. And the whole point was to size down so massively that you wouldn't need to worry about a stop loss. That was the generalization. That's what I was trying to insinuate today. But as a general rule of thumb, you could wait for one or two bars to close and then use the top or bottom of the bar. Whether you're shorting, use the top or bottom is a simple answer. Awesome, Igor. They would work out for you, Beverly. Was I right with Tupperware? That's one that I called short on. Oh my God. Whoa. Oh wow. I mean, I don't know where that's gonna open, but oh wow. That's a percent drop and a half. Wow. That's a 24% move. That's like a 24% move. That totally makes up for Ever and GH. You guys realize that, right? That if you catch Tupperware, You guys are aware of that, right? It, oh wow. I feel better now. I felt so bad that I had two losers like that. I mean, it happens. I mean, they both announced phenomenal earnings. Again, I have no bias on these names. I don't care if they announce good or bad earnings. I'm just going to tell it how it is. Ever and GH had phenomenal earnings. Oh wow, Tupperware dropped the ball. Oh, that's going to be big. That's going to be big for me. Oh my God, did their earnings suck? $1.35 to $1.70 versus the 278 expected for fiscal year 2020, 1.58 to 1.62 billion versus 1.67 billion. That's so painful. Probably going to be up on this earnings because of this one. Oh my goodness. Oh God, Igor. I mean, I didn't even, I'm not looking at the names now because I wasn't trying to get excited or whatever. I know things change by the morning, so I was trying to do my best to not look at it, but yes, it's a combination of everything. Obviously, I have no idea what we built will do. Okay. Wow. So Beverly, I would say about 75, 80% of the traders, closer to 80 is my guess. 80% of the traders in the room will do common stock instead of options. I mean, Lil Curbster, first of all, Lil Curbster, I want to say one thing to you and your brother. Keep it right by my heart. Thank you so much, Curbster. Thank you to both of you guys. Love you guys so much. Thank you. I am always drinking tea, enjoying it. Thank you so much. Organic teas, right up my alley. Thank you so much. You're the best. Dude, thank you. Really way too kind and super appreciated. Yeah, Timothy. Wow. So Beverly, most people when I buy common stock, I mean when I buy options, they're buying common stock, and when I buy puts, they're shorting common stock. Most traders follow through common stock. You did say that, Boogie. All right. Wow, I didn't realize what a again, I don't want to look at any of my numbers or whatever. I don't want to look until tomorrow because I don't if Tupperware opens up at $5, I'll be like, ah, it's at 432 right now. Let's hope that it just stays decimated. But look, did that help your question there, Beverly? Yeah. Did you take the Tupperware short, Jeffrey? I'm assuming you didn't. I mean, to me, it's didn't even move. It it didn't really move at all. Um, gotcha, Jeffrey. I'm really sorry about that. Hold on. Let's see. On BWXT, it's a name I called long. Let's see. 71 cents for 64 expected. 501 beats the 494 expected. Consensus of 280, approximately 280 versus a consensus of 276. It looks great. But then again, so does Garden Health. Garden Health looks awesome. You want to know what even looked better than that? EverQuote earnings. I kid you not. It's just the way the cookie crumbles. I'm trying to predict companies that are going to beat and raise in the future on the long side or miss and drop in the future on the short side. And sometimes the gaps don't follow the actual report in that sense, but that's my whole gig, trying to predict the next earnings report. And it works overall, but not 100% of the time. So, look, I love you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed these Newsbeat live levels. It's always my pleasure to spend time with you. Um, think of a cool charity if you like. Share them with us. Absorb everything that we're trying to teach you because once you learn what we do, consistent profitability is there. Okay? It really is there. And the Schwab account I showed you, we share the layout with you. T3 is kind enough to share the layout with you. You have three of the best trading counselors on the planet, um, Ashley, Amber, and Caroline. They're always there to help you. No, thank you. I appreciate it, Amber. See, I'm even like Tupacing you, Amber. I'm like West Siding you, like right here on the video. And you too, Caroline. You also get West Sided. Now look, um, I don't need to explain it to Amber. She already knows. And let me just give you my quick thoughts on IMAX. You have March 30. I mean, $30 puts from March, or the expiration of March 30 puts. I'm confused. There's only March monthly. So do you have March $30 puts, the ones that are like 13 bucks, Omar? Because you're looking very handsome right now with that position. Awesome, Brittany. Going to Hawaii this weekend. That's great. LGIH, that was yeah, that was a name. Well, they're reporting tomorrow morning, Jeffrey, so we'll find out. But okay. A little bit confused, Omar, but I'm sure you'll get back to me and let me know. I hope you guys enjoyed the Newsbeat live levels. Happy trading, make money, and I'll see you guys tomorrow morning on the Newsbeat live trading broadcast. Have a wonderful evening.